computer. What up? How you guys doing? Bald Guys Talking Football. Week 10. We got Dave Kochanowski, the beer connoisseur on hand. How you doing, Dave?
Awesome. Doing great.
And our guest of the week, fellow host of another podcast, Dom Piscatello. How you doing, Dom?
Hey, guys. I'm wearing my Dick Butkus jersey. It's one of the few Bears jerseys I can still wear these days and be proud of wearing. So I figured I'd go along with the theme of this podcast.
I think Dave's got like a Cincinnati Bengals jersey on or something.
No, I've got Syracuse, baby.
The orange, baby.
I know.
It doesn't happen often that you can wear these, so, you know.
Well, cool. And
they did have some of the greatest players in the history.
One-man Wolfpack shirt. I don't care.
Oh, my God. See, this is what I got to put up with.
Doesn't even care about his show. Come on.
Jesus. Can you at least get your whole head in the shot? Yeah, never mind. Forget it. That's going to take too long.
All right, and we got beer of the week. Dom, you drinking a beer today?
Yes, I am. I am drinking Snaggletooth Bandana from Solomon. It's a nice little. What's that?
You're not drinking candies this week?
No, I'm not pulling a Kochanowski talking about candy.
Holiday special. Yeah, he went on a Matt tangent, too, on that candy stuff.
Sean does like to go off topic when he comes on as a guest.
Nice.
Dave, what do you got?
I have so it is stout week, and my intention was to come on with a stout beer tonight, and the stout I opened was horrible. It was supposed to be a barrel-aged bourbon chocolate cherry stout, and it was just tart with nothing else. So I switched up to Cruz Blanca. Maddie had them on. I think he had their Pilsner. This is their double IPA with a touch of lactose, guava, and tamarind, and it is an awesome, awesome beer. So I highly recommend it. They did a great job with it.
And for mine, I've got Absence of Light by Four Hands. This is one of their special ones because normally do a peanut butter stout, but this one's a peanut butter and jelly. It's got a hint of strawberry with the peanut butter. Very smooth, very drinkable. I let Laura have a taste before we started, and she was like, yeah, I want a whole glass, but no, I need it for the show. So
great stout.
So like we do every week, we're going to cheers to the person out of the survivor pool. Last week we got to have Sean on as he lost, and this week we get to cheers to Dave.
Cheers, Dave.
Bullshit. I was robbed.
By would you score 75 points or something?
Listen, man, there's only so many weeks where I can have somebody score no points or negative points and whoop people's ass, and it caught up with me. You know, I had Thielen go out one week, and I got lucky, scored a touchdown. And then this week, he didn't happen to score the touchdown before he went out. So, yeah, and even if he did, it was a tough week. So, cheers to Sean for winning and beating me after that trade and improving his team. So,
with all your players, right?
Yeah, he had to do it with my players.
You're the Maddie of fantasy football, right? You just want to make everybody else better by giving them your players, right?
Well, I just want to keep it relevant. You know, that's part of the topic. I want one more team in the mix to make this interesting. And then the cool thing is I can say, I made Sean's team. That's my team. And I gave him all his players. And I don't know. I've seen these weird podcasts where these guys take credit for other people's wins, big head shit. I can't remember what it is. You guys ever seen a podcast like that?
I have. Dave, shut the fuck up. 2-minute drill this week. We've got some really interesting matchups this week. Playoffs are shaping up. A lot of teams right in the mix there. I think I got 9 teams total that are sort of still vying for it. What we decided to do for the 2-minute drill is we went through and we're going to take a look at the last 4 or the next 4 matchups for all 9 teams that are in the playoffs, because even between PJ and I, we're battling for that number one bye. Right now, number one bye gets to play either the winner of Ken and Dave, and or the winner of Brad and Dom. I much rather have that number one bye to play Brad and Dom versus Ken and Dave. So, so we'll start into it. We rank this strength of schedule based off of the rankings that they're playing, and we went through and we'll sort of go through that analysis as well. So we'll start off with the top two teams. Both PJ and I are at 8-1 right now. We're both sitting in the bye position. I've got a 2-game lead over Ken right now. So and so does PJ. Right now, it looks like as far as strength of schedule goes, I'm rated at a 6.5, which means that the average of my teams that I play are at 6.5 ranking, and then PJ's at 5.5. I've got the third easiest schedule. PJ's got the fourth easiest schedule. How do you guys see this shaping up? Dave, you want to go over who we play?
Yeah, so I think it's just probably going to hinge on this week hugely. So because you guys play each other,
right?
And then you play Niz plays Brad and PJ plays Scott. So I would say that's a win for both you guys without looking at everything, but overall. Then you play Maddie and PJ plays Brad. Brad has not been playing great, so again, I would give a win to both you guys. Then Niz, you play Sean, and PJ plays Dom, who are both kind of in it. So it could be interesting that last week. But it comes down to who wins this week is I think what it's going to be, because you guys should possibly run through your schedule. No offense, Dom. No offense, Sean. Although I would give PJ's got the harder one because he's got to play Dom. So I'm probably going to pick Niz without looking at all individual matchups and everything. Right. I would say you're probably going to be 1 and PJ will be 2.
And I get to play Maddie. So, you help me out on this?
But collective points against Maddie don't count.
Week here?
Collective points against Maddie don't count, just so you know.
Yeah, I definitely think Niz has the better schedule compared to PJ. Not saying that my team is setting the world on fire, but Niz gets to play Maddie and Sean / Dave's team.
Dave too. So it's like Maddie's third team. I don't know. So then we go to the next tier. Surprisingly, the teams that are what we think is the hands down best teams in the league have the easiest schedule. Ken sitting at the number one easiest schedule. His average opponent strength is 9.5. Dave at the second easiest schedule. He's sitting at average opponent strength of 7.75. So, Dave, what do we got going on here? Who are you guys playing?
Well, I look at Ken's going to win his division, so I can't see him not.
But is he going to catch up to me to get the bye? That's the big thing. I need if I lose 2 and he wins 2.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Eric, you've got the easy fucking schedule. All right, enough of this bullshit. So we're done with the first 2. You guys are in fucking cake schedules, cake league. So Ken has Maddie, who he's gonna beat, Darren, who he's gonna beat, Sean, who he should beat, although that doesn't always happen, and then Laura, which will be a tough matchup, but Ken, I think, breezes through. Then it's me playing Memo, so I should win that. Me against Laura, Dom, and Scott, and Dom and Scott both in my division. So, and as we've seen, it's no guarantee. But I feel I should pull 3 wins out of that. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be tough.
Dom, are you gonna catch up to Dave with this opportunity to play him in the second to last week?
Absolutely. I got to beat him and Scott and jump myself up to the division lead and be in the top 4. So
cool. And then we've got all the bubble teams, the teams that are fighting for that 5th and 6th spot. Brad is sitting like we got a lot of teams at the fourth. They all have an average rate of 5.5. Brad, Sean, and myself all have 5.5 average strength of schedule, all sitting at that fourth spot. Dom, you've actually got the second hardest at a 5. Laura's got the third hardest at a 5.25, and then Scott's got a 4.5. He plays Brad, PJ, Dave, and Laura. So I'm almost willing to write off Scott here because of his tough schedule going forward. What do you guys think?
Dom?
I think, Scotty's got a tough one. He's got Brad this week. It's not looking good for him right now against Brad. PJ's very good, and he's got Dave. So I can see him possibly losing 3 of the next 4. 3 of the last 4. So I think Scotty's in rough shape. Looking at who he's playing.
Yeah, I think I've got Dom and Laura going in. I think Scotty, Sean, and Brad. It's tough. They're all close. It's going to be a fun end to the season. But my picks are out of the schedule, and who I think has the better teams going in that are playing well right now would be Dom and Laura.
Yeah, I agree. Dom's, right up there is one of the points leader. I think you're in. Actually, Laura's in 5th. So you guys have a matchup this week too. So it's really important for your guys' matchup because whoever wins that, you got the same record. If Laura wins, she automatically has the higher points because she beat you and she's already got more points. So that would put you in 5th. And then that would put you guys both Laura in 5th and him in 6th. With Brad losing, Brad's got to lose to Scott on that. So
it's going to be interesting because Dom's got a hard schedule. He's got Laura, who's playing decent. Sean, who we'll see what happens. This is going to be an interesting week. Then he's got me and PJ after that, and that's not a fun one to have to go through. But I think he's got the better overall team. Has made some moves, especially since it's draft day. Spent a lot of money and has been doing well. So,
do we have an update? Do you know, Dom? What are you sitting at money wise?
About 20 right now.
No, you were like 11.
11.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. You used a lot of that money, didn't you, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back to look at Dom to try to get some money out of him, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
No wonder why you rejected my trade offer this week. I thought you had more money.
No, I couldn't give you all my money.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I thought you were still sitting on like 60-something bucks.
No.
And honestly, though, at this point in the season, it doesn't do you any good. The waiver wire is thin. Nobody's trading. So, if people were trading, then it would do good. But you have so many people bunched together. It's a tough matchups and stuff. It's
very few teams that can take money with this salary cap.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing, Dom, I got to really say, I know this is sort of off topic, but this is the first time we've had a chance to have you on this show and stuff. I'm really impressed with how you manage your team. I think you've made the smart trades, smart pickups and stuff. You've used that money that you held on to and stuff. Really good. Dom, you're one of the better managers in this league, so I'm really impressed by what you've done to keep yourself in it. Because everybody had you dead for rights after the whole draft situation and stuff, but you've done.
Yeah, that's Dave's fault. He got me shit-faced. I blame him and Gary.
That was the plan. Sean came a little too late, and I couldn't get him. But no, I agree with what Eric said after the draft and everything. Whatever.
And I think Scotty laid out the blueprint to put Manny on tilt. I think next baseball draft we're going to just vote something last minute just to you're the assistant commissioner on that, so you gotta call for a vote on something just random to fuck with Maddie, and then he could say I lost because of that. So
Yeah, we'll do that, and we'll try to mold the drafts how we want them.
So, Dom, what did you spend? What'd you spend your money on? So you had almost $90, right, coming out of the draft?
Yeah. Well, I spent a lot of money on the Giants running back after Saquon went down, and then I spent a lot of money on just streaming a lot of defenses this year, and then I gave Maddie about $30 there, and then a couple other pickups I spent a decent amount on. So that's where most of the money went to.
Did you do a trade with Memo?
I have one right now, but there was no cash involved.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I know Memo did too, with some money going to him. So your big money one was to get what's his face from
Hopkins and Waller.
Yeah,
right.
Which Waller, I mean, he's a stud, man. But he hasn't done much for you tonight, right?
No, neither of my guys have done much for me tonight. Rivers, other than Rivers throwing interceptions.
We'll have to talk about that soon.
Yeah.
We'll go to news and notes now. Dave, you want to talk about how, I sat in the room while you fucked my wife on this trade here?
Whoa.
Wow.
Robbie Gold's out. Dave sold this trade to my wife as hey.
Wait a minute. First of all, she propositioned me and offered her $5 defense for some reason for my kicker, and I graciously accepted. And we even paused the trade to make sure that it wasn't going to go through, because she thought it wasn't going to go through, even though I accepted it and hoped it would go through and she would be without a kicker or defense or whatever for that week. And so she got a kicker that she still had to buy a kicker. So now her $5 defense is a $6 defense. And it's probably going to do shitty for me, but I better beat Memo, because I was contemplating not even picking up a defense for this week. So
who's Dallas play?
Minnesota.
Ooh,
without Thielen. So I hope Minnesota gets like 2 yards and Dallas puts up 20 points like the Patriots normally do.
Other than that, I was stuck picking up a tight end because Ingram's out. Gordon went to Seattle, but he's sitting on Memo's IR right now. So I see Gordon as like less athletic DK Metcalf, who they already have. So I don't. Is this big? Is this a big acquisition for them? Does this affect? Is he going to do anything fantasy wise for the remainder of the season?
Like, if you can't do something with Gordon, Russell Wilson will move a little bit, or I'm sorry, if you can't do anything with Brady, is Russell Wilson going to make you that much better because he can run? Is Gordon now old? That's the question. Is he old? Is he used up? Is he done? You too.
I just don't see him being used. Obviously he wasn't used in New England. He might be another valuable, maybe red zone guy, but I feel like Seattle's, obviously Wilson's a runner. They got the running back. They have DJ Metcalf. They got their tight end. I just don't see him as being a useful weapon. He might have one good game, but I really don't see it much more than that.
Yeah. Well, it's a good question because you got DK Metcalf, and they say that drops his value a little bit. I don't know about that.
That's what I heard, but I disagree with it, but it might pick up.
They're both big receivers that are fast with limited route trees. So I mean, they don't run all the routes. They're not like they're mainly like that. Hey, the play's broken down type of guy. Like I see DK Metcalf as a more athletic version of Josh Gordon. So I don't really think it hurts him that much. Maybe bring him down a little bit, but you might not get how much did you get out of him last week? It was like 40 points or something.
What?
Tom,
out of Metcalf, 14, I think, right?
25.
45, right?
Yeah, 25.
25. Oh, yeah. He scored a couple touchdowns, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
wait, you got Lockett. So who does he dig into more, Lockett or Metcalf?
Now, see, the thing with Lockett, though, is Lockett's – it really doesn't matter because Lockett's, like, he's a more developed receiver. He can run all the entire tree and stuff. Like him and those two have that, like, it sort of reminds me of Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. Remember how, like, every time a pass or a play would break down, you would just, like, Nelson would just know that and just get open. That's what Lockett is for him. So, I mean, I don't think it affects my guy. I'm not worried about it at all. So I think it affects Dom more, but not as much. I don't know how much they're going to use this guy, you know? I think David Moore was their third receiver. I think it affects him the most.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
So, yeah, let's go over last week's matchups. Last week I played Memo. It was practically a bye week for me. Memo only scored 54.6. I beat him with a whopping 107.74. Lockett killed it, 34.7. Everybody else did okay. My defense did crap. I wish I had Dallas, but yeah, the Memo team just keeps underperforming. Like these guys, like Tariq Cohen, like Juju Smith-Schuster, MVS with 0 points. He's just got a bunch of guys that aren't showing up week to week.
MBS didn't even play, right? Or did he?
He did, I thought.
Well, he didn't, obviously. and then Dom just picked up the best player off his team. So I swear to God, if Memo beats me this week, it's not going to be good. The podcast is done.
Yeah, he had Ronald Jones on. I mean, Jones outperformed his other two running backs on the bench. So,
well, his whole bench had 0. So Jones was the only one on his bench that scored. So, yeah.
And then
how do you feel about getting Ronald Jones?
I feel good. Like it's I think he's better option than anything on the waiver and good old man Gordon, or what's his name I got right now.
I'm Buffalo.
Yeah.
Gore.
Better than him. He's a starter. You know, he might get about 10 touches or so. But I definitely think it was an upgrade at running back from Gore. And I gave up Sammy Watkins. So I was able to clear that money for next year that I had him for. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yep. Yeah, I know you offered me a couple trades. We couldn't get it done. So this wasn't quite there for either one of us. But yeah, I think Ronald Jones, we'll see. He's the starter now. So hopefully he gets you through the end of the season.
Yeah.
My only concern with him is he's not really a pass catching back, you know.
Yeah. But
Rick likes the dual backs, not just the running backs.
Yeah, that is true, but I just felt like at the time trying to get a running back from anyone else, it was pretty tough. I tried working something with Brad. He thought it was pretty fair, but he didn't want to give up a running back, and trying to get a running back from Ken is impossible. And we talked a few times, but we just weren't close enough to work anything out. So,
hey, can I ask you a question? Did you try to get Jordan Howard?
No.
Why not?
Because
I tried to get Jordan Howard, and I just got done doing those trades with him, and I still couldn't get him. So I was wondering if it was the same way for you.
No, I didn't try getting Jordan Howard.
I mean, I know it's kind of risky, but I think I'd rather have Howard over Ronald Jones.
Yeah, Dave. I'd like to point out the guy that Dom was going for on my team was Adrian Peterson. Remember how you mocked me for that pickup? In the last 2 weeks, he's double-digit point getters for me. So
I would like going it is like I wasn't going to be able to get Kamara, and the price tag for Singleton was pretty pricey, and
Sanders.
Sanders, I mean, was pretty pricey. So I thought he was at least a viable option. That was
Okay.
It was
Yeah. No, I get it.
able to work it out.
And he is. He's a starter. He's getting guaranteed touches. They want to run the ball there. So,
Hey, Eric.
Next matchup, we had Ken versus Scott.
Eric.
What?
Do you want to run our trade by Dom to see what he would have done?
Sure.
So Eric offered me. Go for it, Eric.
No. Go for it.
Deshaun Watson. What's his face from?
Kamara.
No, not Camaro.
Oh. Sanders.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
It
Huh?
was Kamara. Oh, no, it was Thomas.
Thomas,
Deshaun
his
Watson.
wide receiver from New Orleans.
Michael Thomas.
Michael. Yep. Deshaun Watson, Michael Thomas, and
Beretta
from San Francisco for Ezekiel Elliott and
Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman.
No, I wouldn't have done that. You got to keep Zeke. I'm a little worried about Thomas now with Kamara coming back and Breeze coming back. Zeke's the one that's gonna eat, and you don't want both San Francisco running backs. So I would have.
No, we would have traded San Francisco running backs,
right?
But that was a wash.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke for Thomas was it was fair. It was fair.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would have picked up Deshaun for this year and next year. It was tough. That was a tough trade. Yeah. It's just I know why Eric offered it, and I know why I rejected it is because we both like that top running back. But that was a great, fun trade to see and to think about.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a fair trade. I just feel like right now that Zeke's going to eat, and it might not and Thomas is going to eat, but I don't think he's going to eat as much as Zeke does.
And Eric, just so you know, I was trying to work a couple other trades to make that trade work. I was trying. Didn't work, but I tried. I tried to get Derrick Henry back.
Wow.
Oh, it was crazy. Anyways, all right. Sorry. Go ahead. Next
matchup was Scott versus Ken. Ken, not as usual, like 150 points, but he still ended up with 122.68 versus Scott's 88. Beat him pretty handily there. Again, McCaffrey, 37.1. I don't know if you saw some of those runs that he did last week, but he's just a beast. Ken didn't even need a defense this week. His defense was on bye, and he still beat Scott. So, pretty good win for Ken there.
Yeah, that's. I'm not even going to pick up a bye against. It's not like Scotty's team is a pushover. So to not bring up a defense, and that's awesome. It's interesting, and
you're allowed to do that. I thought you had to fill a lineup if you had money.
You do not. You do not. If your team is on a bye, you do not have to do it. It's up to you. But if you have somebody on the bench and you don't play them, then you get fined. And I kind of agree with that because you got to pick up a backup tight end, a backup quarterback, a backup defense, a backup kicker. Because trust me, I've looked it over a couple times just to make sure if I did it that I didn't screw things up. So like Memo didn't have to do it.
Right.
So yes, you don't have to do it. Baseball you do, football you don't. And I agree with that. So
next matchup, PJ versus Maddie. PJ won pretty handily. What's his face?
Don't laugh at your partner in crime.
I can laugh at him in football. I don't laugh at him in baseball.
Yeah, Singletary, Ertz, DJ Moore, Stafford again, all played really well. Maddie, 1 point out of Duke Johnson, was that who the Johnson is? I'm not even sure. Jacobs got him 25. Marvin Jones got him 23.6, but everybody else 10.76. So
I don't know if you guys realize this, but Maddie almost scored 100 points this week.
I know, 95 points.
Almost. Even if he substituted his bench, he couldn't have done it. But he almost made it happen. So, hey, let's all drink to Maddie almost scoring 100 points. Cheers, Maddie.
So here's the question I got for you guys.
What he offered you for trade in baseball?
No, who's the better team right now, PJ's team or Ken's? Because PJ's been on a hot streak for the last several weeks, scoring like 140, 150 points on average. Who's got a better team right now?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because they're both going to make the playoffs.
I know it doesn't matter, but who, like, of the two, which do you think is better?
Oh, PJ. I mean, he's done well, but man, they're both good.
Okay.
Both.
Dom,
good.
you said PJ?
I think Ken. I like Ken. Having Saquon, he's going to get heat up, and McCaffrey is just a beast. And I think Edelman's going to be consistent, and Kittle. And I just think PJ is riding the Stafford train, and I think he's going to cool off this week against the Bears, and Evans. He has those weeks where he scores you 31, then he'll have those weeks where he's barely making double digits. So and Jones didn't do anything for him, so I think Ken has the more firepower.
You look at it, and you were saying like you were going over Ken's team. He's got like some studs on there, and PJ's doing it every week with like nobody's. Like I'm still and like Micah Evans, DJ Chark, sort of, but like he's really doesn't have anybody too special on his team. It's crazy that he's doing this every week. Dave, I see you raise your hand like a polite.
Oh fuck yeah! So this is whole thing I've said about PJ and his drafting and like timely effort. So Ken, from the beginning, we've all said stacked team. He did a great job. He built that team. He lost and built it. But you look, PJ picked up Stafford. He traded Matty for Evans. He I'm not gonna say got lucky, but he took advantage of him. DJ Chark, me and you talked about this at the beginning of the season with Didi and Chark, and I was like, I like Chark. He picked him up. So he's got Chark in there. Singletary now taking over for Buffalo, starting to go into that. Adam Jones just killing it right now. Like nobody – like he was going to be a good running back at the beginning of the season, but that
Adam
good.
Jones, the Baltimore Oriole, former Baltimore Oriole
Close enough.
Aaron Jones.
Yep. Aaron Jones, Adam Jones. You know what I mean. You look at the one player on that whole team that he started with is Zach Ertz, the namesake for his team. And great moves. I'm just going to say, great moves, timely playing. He is playing well right now, but I still would take Ken overall if I had to bet who's going to make it all the way through. They'll both be there. Nothing against PJ. Great team, good moves. But you look at that starting lineup, he did not have that starting lineup coming out of that draft. No. He worked to get that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next matchup, Darren versus Laura. Darren actually showed up 104.42. Samuels, White, like he had a bunch of guys double digits, couple guys single, but it was an average week for him. And Laura had Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson scoring 40 points. She was the top point getter for the week at 165.92. Her team was looking really good now with Tyreek Hill coming back, looking as healthy. Kenny Galladay with we were talking about Stafford. Definitely Galladay's been the guy getting the bulk of the catches and stuff. A little worried about her running backs right now, the Bell being injured, David Johnson and stuff, but she's got a tough team. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Russell Wilson every week's going to keep you in it. And Galladay's and then Tyreek Hill, like you said, really the running backs right now with David Johnson and Bell and Lindsey right now are kind of her question marks right now. But, Wilson alone is going to keep her in it, especially with Galladay and Hill. Those three alone are going to put her around at least 80 points probably on average, 70, 80 points.
I see Hill at 24.5. That's sort of like where his average is. Like he can get you a 30, 40 point week every week,
Yeah, it's impressive. And, again, you go back and look, and PJ gave up Wilson, didn't need him because he was his bench player. And, 40 points. So it's just awesome. She did a great job. That's why I feel her and Dom are going to be in it more so. And we'll see what happens 2 weeks from now. It could change.
So
Sure.
Next matchup, Dave versus Dave 2. All
right, let's move on.
You're not too happy about Rogers this week, huh? 12.94, not a real Rogers outing. Thielen.
Nah, man, it was the rest of my team. Don't worry about Rogers. Don't try to sell me.
12.94 for the quarterback is bad. Like 15 points is like you're getting bad. 12.94, you're really underperforming. Thielen 0. Tevin Coleman didn't get the bulk of the carries for some reason.
Not 36 points.
Okay, so here's the big difference, I think. New England defense, 4 points. What happened to your defense there? They were scoring like 20 points a game.
I shouldn't need a defense. Fuck you. They're still a top player, better than most of your team. I don't want to hear it. I hate this week.
Sean just had like an average week. I mean, it was 107.64. Nothing, like not bad, not great. The guy that really carried him for his team was Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
How did he get Derrick Henry, by the way? Anybody?
We traded him?
Oh, Dave traded him. That's right, Don. So, yeah, that could have helped Dave out a lot there instead of, Tevin Coleman's 4.6 points. But anyways.
Anyways.
You're out of the survivor pool.
Fuck you.
I guess you can't pull a miracle like me a couple weeks ago that won with 68 points against a really
No, I don't play two teams in my division with losing records. My two teams are in the playoffs, so don't get me bitter right now.
Final matchup. We had Brad versus Dom. Dom, you ended up winning here.
Dominator.
96.36 versus Brad's 87.2. The big thing, I said the night of, I was like, man, I can't believe he didn't play Garoppolo with that matchup. And if he would have played Garoppolo, he would have beaten you. So I mean, it's just kind of crazy there. Dom, you had DK Metcalf was your big one, 25 points. Everybody else was pretty much average. Frank Gore didn't really do much for you, but Dom, how'd you feel about your win?
Hey, it's a win, as we all know. So I was happy with it, but yeah, I was a little worried, and I didn't play Sanders. I probably should have played him, but I didn't know. I didn't like the matchup that week on Thursday night, but it was enough to get me the win. So a win's a win, and it was a big win for me. So I scored in the 90s. It wasn't a 60-point win, but a win's a win.
And that wraps up.
Good job, Dom.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's Brad's been slipping and didn't make any trades, so kind of weird. Like, no big trades from Brad. I'm sort of surprised he's rolling with what he's got. I think it's going to cost him in the end.
And yeah, I mean, he's got Gurley coming back and stuff. I was surprised he sat Williams because Williams had a pretty decent outing the week before when McCoy fumbled it. He got in. He looked really explosive. So I was really kind of thrown off that he didn't play Williams as well. So it's not like Brad's got a bad team, though, but we'll see what it is going forward. I mean, this definitely was a week that hurt him because of mismanagement, I think.
Agreed.
Okay, that wraps up week 9's week 9 matchups. Dom, what do you got for us this week? What's your guest topic?
I done this in another league. You have your head-to-head win or loss, so you get your win if you win your head-to-head, and you get a loss if you lose your head-to-head. But the other thing I was talking about is the top 6 scorers get a W, and the bottom 6 scorers get a loss. So every week is a possible chance to get 2 wins, be 1-1, or get 2 losses. So those weeks when you have like third highest points, but you play the number 1 scoring team, you get a loss. You at least get 1 win for having a high top score in the top 6, but you get a loss for the head-to-head. I don't know if we can do that in Yahoo, but it kind of something that I'm sure Dave would be all about for sure.
Well, I don't know if my co-partner would be all about that in the bad league that he's in, getting the free ride that he's getting right now.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, it sort of does wipe out the advantage you get for drafting a really good, like that. Part of my thought process was when I went into drafting my division was strength of schedule type of deal. I got to play these guys twice a year and stuff, and I guess it still plays a factor, but it sort of neutralizes that, like me getting to play Darren and Maddie twice. So, but I overall I do like it because I'm in a league that is completely points driven, and I hate that league. Like it's so difficult.
I'm sure you do.
No, I do, 'cause
he's the Scotty of the baseball.
Somebody has a really good week, and it's like it's tough to catch up to that, Whereas
but so you get an extra point if you win. You can still have divisions, and if you luck out and have a bad division, you're going to get those easy wins. And again, not everybody's going to get it. It's not going to be balanced, but it kind of I like it because it rewards people for playing the right players, drafting the right people. So like Eric agrees, he's in a different situation than I'm in. And
right.
Dom, I think you agree because you brought it up. I think it's important. Ken can quit asking for like a bonus for winning his division and getting the pat on the ass. So I think it's a win-win for almost everybody in the league.
So would you guys completely get rid of the divisions then? Like I said, it almost makes them obsolete. What would you guys do with the divisions?
Well, the thing is, so, okay, either you have divisions or you don't, right? It's all just one big league. I think you still can do the divisions. And like Eric said, it takes away from him picking correctly. And I think sometimes it's not about picking correctly because depending on where you're at and you want to pick somebody, you might not have that pick, and it's a snake. And I think part of it lucked out, right? Part of it, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't want to take anything away. I don't want to make anybody mad or whatever. So I still think divisions make it even more interesting on top of you get the win and you get the loss and you play straight up. So I think it would be fun to at least try it out and see what it's like. And I think you should reward. Don't yawn.
Sorry.
Eric yawned. Did you see that? Eric yawned.
I did.
Anyways, I think it would be interesting to incorporate it into what we're doing now and keep the divisions. Sorry. I got long.
Like I said, it's kind of like those weeks, when you're one of the top scoring teams, but you end up facing the number 1 guy, and you get a loss out of it. So I think it kind of balances that out. But it'd be something kind of interesting, something to look at. I did it 1 year in another league, and it was kind of cool. So
I think it's fun as opposed to just doing points. Like changing up how the points are distributed. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Eric, your thought?
No, I like I said, I like it.
Do you want to keep the divisions too?
No, at that point, I don't think the divisions really do anything for you. You just get to play a team twice. You're guaranteed to play a team twice. I don't really care. Like, what I'm going to draft somebody that I get to play that team twice.
There you go. Think on it.
Your division does guarantee you at least a playoff spot.
You would still win. You might win bigger.
But would that suck if somebody's like in a really shitty division's got like lower points than somebody in a better division that's like consistently like scoring, in the top 6, but has a worse record, so they're out?
Well, I think that's how, you have to talk about it when that's brought up. You have to talk about it with who's bringing that up. So I think that's interesting. There's an argument to be made for divisions and just one league.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Week 10 matchups. I guess we'll start with the uninspiring ones at first. Darren's playing Sean right now. Sean's
amazing. I don't know what you're talking about. Uninspiring.
Yeah.
93.31 to 67.12. Right now, Darren is not playing 2 running backs, and he doesn't have any running backs on his bench. So I don't know what he's going to do here because he's almost guaranteed a loss here.
He's saving his money.
Saving his money, I guess. I don't know. This is like a layup. This is why Sean's not out of it, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So Sean will and should get the win this week.
Yeah, guaranteed.
And now does this change your mind? Should we change this rule?
Wow.
Right. So now Darren's out of it. Let me ask you this. Darren's out of it. He has not been active in putting people on his roster to try to make it better for next year. Let's be honest. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have to pick anybody up, and he can save money. I don't know how much money he has. He's
over the 40, I think. I think he's over the $40 mark.
And he's even over the 40.
I'm pulling it up right now.
All right. So, again, bench places are
$53.
What's that?
He's at $53.
Wow. So he's way over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of one-year players on his team. This is what I'm talking about. I talked about it last week. I'm going to go off on a tangent right now about people not being active, interested in this league.
That's right, Dave. Get in the box, Dave.
Yep. I'm mad at it right now. I'm mad. I'm talking about this because if you're out of it, even if you don't see value in a ton of players and now you can't carry your money over, what the fuck? You should be filling out your roster to try to at least have people that you get lucky on or that you can trade and build value into a trade of something. So
there's guys out there. I looked at it this week.
There is guys out there.
There's guys out there that I'd love to pick up, but I'm like in a playoff hunt. I can't drop a starter for somebody who's like a future pick, but like I'm looking at it going, if I was out of it, I'd have this guy on my team, and it's just kind of nuts that these guys are just letting them,
now
walk by.
I will say Darren is a little different. Like White, he has for multi-years. I don't know about Duke Johnson.
Right, but he's got two tight
Chris Thompson.
Tight ends are 1 year,
Exactly.
Chris Thompson in a 2 year. I don't know why you're holding on to that.
Yeah, Chris Thompson. These $3. I mean, just get rid of it. Like the guy can't stay healthy.
And Eric said 2 tight ends at 1 year that have no value for next year.
Right.
Kind of rhyme. So now to me, this is non-activity. I like Darren, great guy, but we kicked other players for non-activity or being overactive. Remember, Eric, that one guy that you were supposed to?
I didn't kick anybody out. He kicked.
I think Julie did it.
We just didn't invite him.
I'm just saying, this is not what this rule was instilled for, and this is disappointing. I'll leave it at that. I'm done.
It's a tough matchup, man. I was sort of looking at it going, holy crap, he's got nothing. Like, how is he getting away with this? Oh, we have that rule in place, but
disappointing.
Yep. Okay, and then the slightly more inspiring but still disappointing in the end because it's not
Matty.
even a game, is Dave versus Memo. I think Dave wins this handily.
Congratulations, Dave. What you need a slump buster after last week's loss to Sean.
I don't know. Well, this is the thing right now is Memo's slated at 72.41 points. He doesn't have a kicker right now, so we'll see what happens there. He doesn't have a defense. We'll see what happens there. But right now, Dave can score his 75 points that he did last week and still beat Memo. So
That's not even funny. Not funny at all. This is why I'm the color guy. I bring happiness and joy to this podcast. Whatever. All right, Dom, your comments.
Okay, you just came out of the box over there where you were bitching on Darren.
No, I'm still mad at Darren. Darren, I'm mad at you. I know you don't listen to this. I'm mad. All right, Dom, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a nice slump buster for you after last week's loss to Sean, or you helping Sean beat your own team with your own.
All right, Dom's done. Dom is off this broadcast. No more. I built Sean's team. I made his team.
Wow, you're just battying it all up this podcast. Get in the box. I built this team. What else can you say?
I love Maddie. I've designed my whole season after him, and I probably will come runner-up.
So you're going to be second place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, do you guys remember the last time Maddie won a championship? Because I don't.
Dom, you got anything to defend your boy over there?
He beat Dave on a tiebreaker back in the baseball days, so.
Dude, that was when I lived in Naperville. That was like 1990 something.
I remember you were talking about quitting fantasy forever after that.
Yep. That was when the NWO was relevant for a name for your team. All right, next.
Ken, another Juggernaut versus Maddie. So, again, this is not like the biggest matchup here. Ken, right now, actually, Maddie's outscoring him right now at 19.4 versus 12.3. But
just so we know, Ken is pacing at almost 140 points, and Maddie is at 82 right now.
No, he's pacing at 72 though.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He's had two players go, and they've only gotten 19.4 right now. So, yeah, it should be Maddie all the way. Or I'm sorry,
Maddie all the way.
It should be no-brainer.
You figure up something Dave getting beat last week by Sean.
Oh, we're off the rails.
Hey, now we get into the premier matchups.
I'm on to my stout, by the way. It's stout of the week. This is stout week, just so we know.
Okay.
Thanks.
Brother versus brother. Brad versus Scott.
Oh, my God.
Scott's playoff hopes to stay in there. Right now, we're at, let's see where we're at.
20.80 for Brad, 17.50 for Scotty, but he has two players playing where Brad has one.
The projections right now, it's still really close. Brad's at 118.02 versus Scott's 111.2. Let's look at some this is a good one to break down some matchups on. So,
break it down, Niz.
What?
Break it down, Niz.
Quarterback Daniel Jones versus at New York Jets.
No, he's at home.
Yeah, Jets are at home, but they're playing the Jets.
No. Daniel Jones is at home.
No, they're at the Jets.
No. Daniel Jones is at home.
I guess so, yeah. Winston versus Arizona at home. So, I mean, I see this as like a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, slight advantage to Winston, if anything, but yeah.
Ooh.
Julio Jones versus New Orleans, tough matchup. Allen Robinson versus Detroit. I think Julio Jones is the better receiver, but in this matchup, I take A-Rob.
I kind of agree with you. Unfortunately, as a shitty Turbitsky quarterback throwing to him, but I'm going to go Julio on that one.
Yeah.
You're gonna go Julio?
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
even Dom
Julio-
does. And he likes Turbitsky.
Robinson
Well,
did absolutely nothing last week because Trubisky and Nagy don't like to throw the ball more than 5 yards past the line of scrimmage and run the ball 3 times. So
I don't think Turbitsky can throw more than 5 yards.
So you got Williams right now at 6.5. Can Devontae Adams score more than 6.5?
Adams.
Okay. Chris
Draw
Carson
wide
versus
receiver.
San Francisco, the #1 run defense.
Ooh.
And then he's got Melvin Gordon that's already scored him 20.8 points.
Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon.
Gordon.
Mac versus Miami. Gurley versus Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Mac.
Yeah, Mac.
I'll take
The
Mac,
close
but
one.
I'm still going to take Brad on the running backs.
Okay. For what?
Just overall.
Okay. Hunter
Yeah.
Henry. You got Hunter Henry versus Oakland at 11 points right now. And then Mark Andrews slated to get 11.5. So he's playing at Cincinnati, though.
That's a
I'll take
push.
Andrews.
I think it's a push.
You're taking who, Eric?
Andrews. At Cincy. Cincy's got one. Cincy's still 0-8.
Yeah. No, I get it. I agree with Tom. I think it's a push. This is close.
Chubb versus Williams. Chubb gets to play against Buffalo, who, yes, they've got a good defense, but they've been beaten by the run. Last
Yeah.
week, Adrian Peterson got over 100 rushing yards against them. And then what's his name? Williams from Kansas City versus Tennessee. I'm going to take Chubb all day long. It's not even close.
I think Scotty gets a chubby.
Yeah, I go with the Chubb.
Yep. Chubby for Scotty.
Prater versus
Who gives a shit
Chicago.
about kickers?
Baltimore versus Cincy.
Stupid half kicker.
Picker defense, it's a draw. So, Dom, who's your pick?
They're really close there.
Yep, it's a draw, both of those. Dom, who's your pick?
I'm going with Brad with the slight advantage at quarterback and the better running backs.
Yeah.
Is going to be the difference.
Eric?
Yeah, I gotta go Brad. Like I said, I think A-Rob's gonna outplay Julio. I think Devontae Adams is already gonna beat Williams. Gordon's gonna be tough to catch up to. He's just got the better matchups.
I think it comes down to almost a point-something% on this game. I'm gonna go Scotty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Upset of the week, I guess.
I don't know.
What about
There's not too many other
Sean?
upsets.
What about Maddie beating Ken?
Oh, have we even gotten there yet? Did we
We
review
did.
that? I can't wait to review that.
Um,
All right, I take the upset of the week. I'm just going to go Scotty on that one.
So our next premier matchup of the week is, and this has got huge, like we talked about in the 2-minute drill, huge playoff implications. Right now, Dom's sitting in 5th place at 5-4. Laura's sitting in 7th place at 4-5. Wait. So if Laura wins, she's automatically going to hurdle Dom and get in those playoffs. Right now.
Wait.
What?
Dom, what is Little Simba about?
Wait, we could get into this. We could break
No.
that down.
I want to know what Little Simba's
So
about
right now,
before we
Dom's
get into the matchup.
83.15. Laura's still scheduled. She hasn't had anybody play at 104.38. She's expected to win. Dom, what's Little Simba about?
Well, Little
Fuck
Simba.
you, Eric. Fuck you, Eric.
I'm going to separate you two. You got to be like me and Maddie and have perfect harmony, at least on camera. At least on camera. You gotta act like you like each other.
No, fuck no. This is like WWE wrestling. It's good versus evil, and I certainly am good.
How many
Got the heel? Little Simba is after leaving the draft and no one believed in me and I was the person everyone was picking to be horrible, just like Maddie, and no one believed that he was going to be the king. So that's little Zimba.
Aw, oh my God. I almost want to cry on that. What the fuck?
Little
Holy
Zimba,
shit.
man.
I thought it
gonna
was because
fight.
your kid was watching a lot of Lion King.
No, he hasn't watched Lion King yet. He watches a lot of Blippi.
Oh,
Don't let him watch live action Lion King. It's weird. Just keep to the cartoons.
Yeah.
okay.
That's
true.
that's the meaning behind Little Zimba.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
And Shane O'Mac was Little Zimba, the king of Sting, too, back in the day.
It's not as bad as NWO.
New World Order.
And now I love New World Order, but it's a lot better. Eric?
Yes.
Do you guys want to break down this matchup?
Eric, what do you think of the name now?
Little Simba? Yeah, don't care. You're the big name guy.
You're heartless. Now I realize we talked about it. We needed him on. I
Dom,
needed
it's
to
a
understand
beautiful
it.
name.
No, you're a horrible person.
Dom, I'm seriously inspired by that story. Okay, so
Wait, Dom, who's gonna win this week?
It's going to be close. I'm going to I got to pick myself here. I know Eric thinks the world of her, and I listen to the podcast, and she's the best team ever. And so I'm going to go with the upset because that's what Little Zimba is. He is the upset special. So it's going to be close, I think. I think got the slight advantage. I think her running backs are going to be the question mark. And Galladay's playing the Bears defense. So, and then Wilson's playing San Fran. So I get a slight advantage, I think.
yeah, but
And
look
Eric,
at
your unbiased journalistic position on this?
me.
Yep.
Yeah, but look at her running backs play. I mean, it's tough because, like you said, you don't know what's going to happen. You got Le'Veon Bell versus New York Giants and David Johnson versus Tampa Bay. You've got Frank Gore, who's now looks like he's relegated to a part-time player, and Dalvin Cook, he's playing Dallas. So, I mean, you've got a lot of tough matchups. Austin Hooper versus
I'm not going to be playing Gore. I'm going to be playing Ronald Jones.
you're going to play Ronald Jones.
I got to wait. The trade doesn't go through until tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. So that's going to be good. Ooh, that makes it closer to me.
The trade hasn't gone through yet. It goes through tomorrow, or I'll be able to tonight at midnight. It goes through.
Wait, so question: is Le'Veon Bell playing?
No,
he is not.
No, right now I'm picking Dom because I don't know what's happening with Laura's running backs.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm picking.
What? You can't pick against the best team ever.
What's going to happen tomorrow when she listens to this?
You didn't give her a beer. You're picking against her.
You like running backs? You give them blowjobs? What's going to happen?
You know what? He's got an uphill battle though right now because his team's sort of underperforming. So we'll see what happens.
But you're picking Dom.
I am. I think the matchups are better.
Good Lord. I hope I don't have to go through. All right, we're good. I pick. It's going to be close. Dom.
Okay, 3 for Dom. Final matchup, 1 versus 2. You got Rocky versus Ivan Drago. Right now, PJ, where are we at, PJ? I'm gonna pull this up.
113.63 for you, 106.6 for PJ.
Yeah, we're both running into some really tough bye weeks. Like basically, if I had I had Ingram go down, and I'm like I have nobody on my bench that's playing this week.
You know what, Eric? Go ahead and break this matchup down.
Let's do it.
No, you do it. You do it.
Matt Ryan versus Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's playing at Cincy. Matt Ryan's playing at New Orleans. Jackson, all day long.
Jackson.
Lockett versus San Francisco. Evans versus Arizona.
Evans.
All day long. Thomas versus Atlanta. DJ Moore versus Green Bay.
Thomas all day.
Thomas plus some all day.
Well, no, just Thomas.
Kamara versus Atlanta versus Jones versus against Carolina.
Kamara
all day plus.
What this is where I hope Kamara comes back just like Adam Thielen did and blows out his quad and he's done for the season.
Man, you're the king of backup running backs. You got it all stored up in your pocket there.
I do.
I got one more that I'm going to add on to, but Kamara, I hope goes down.
Burrito versus Devontae Freeman at New Orleans. Burrito's playing Seattle. Seattle isn't as good of a defense anymore. I'll take Burrito all day long in that matchup.
Is he healthy?
It doesn't matter. He was set to sit out last week.
Freeman's a piece of trash. I mentioned at the draft, and everyone got upset with me.
Herndon. I got to play Herndon this week because
I didn't pick
Brown versus Doyle versus Miami.
Wow.
Really shitty matchups.
Are you even part of this show?
No, I'm not. Eric's being really rude right now. I feel overlooked. I'm gonna go Freeman now, just because Eric made me bet.
Okay, fine. I picked a push for tight end. What do you guys pick?
Doyle, because they're playing Miami, but
Herndon's playing New York Giants.
It's a push.
All right, push.
Fitzgerald versus Tampa Bay. Singletary versus Cleveland.
Singletary.
We're
all
done.
Day plus.
I like Fitzgerald.
Why are you starting Fitzgerald? Wait, let's talk about who you have on your bench.
No, he can't. They don't have James.
They're all on buys.
Holy shit. Start Adam Vinatieri right now.
I literally cannot
you're fucked.
Else.
Pick somebody up.
And then if you do
Singletary all day plus.
The funny thing is my defense is going against his defense. So it's Green Bay versus Carolina, and he's got Carolina versus Green Bay. So,
dude, your tight end is going to cost you this game.
And your flex. And your
bye. You're going to face Ken.
Look at how bad Tampa's been against the wide receiver this year.
Oh my God, Eric, just sell off now. I'm sorry, I'm playing. Sell off now.
I think I have a chance. It's going to be close. Matter. I think I sneak out a win here. I really do.
Fuck you. All right,
I do.
Dom, who do you got?
It's going to be like 125 to 123.
I think I'm going with the Scotty of football, the horseshoe himself, Eric Niznik.
Yes!
He's gonna squeak one out just because of the advantage he has at running back.
I feel like if Eric squeaked one out, he would shit himself. I am going to pick BJ because I don't want that stank all over the place.
Definitely got some good matchups this week. I'm excited to see where this all lays out. Next week, we already confirmed PJ's coming on, so we can sort of dissect that matchup between me and him. I'm excited, boys. I don't know about you, but we're getting into playoff football. It's getting exciting here at the end. Any last thoughts?
Dom?
I would wish you luck, Eric, but you don't need it because you have the easiest division, and you could probably lose the next 4, and you still would win that division. So
I've already clinched. I'm good.
Yes.
I just want to buy.
Yes. So I think you have the chance, Dave. I wish you luck, but I don't want to wish you luck because I want to win the division. So yeah.
It's going to be interesting. This week is going to be very telling. So good luck, Scotty. Good luck, Dom. Fuck you, Eric. Good luck, PJ. Good luck, Laura. Good luck, Brad. Good luck, Scotty. And we'll see what happens. It's fun. I've had so much fun doing this. I hope I haven't offended anybody too much. Eric, get your head in the shot. We'll see what happens. And I'm done.
Okay, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
As always. Dom, thanks for coming on. Look forward to having you again. Dave, Go fuck yourself. Peace out.